day today. We haven't yet cracked any hard liquor. It's 9:42 a.m. here. But I think that's going to change pretty quickly because today on 21 Minutes with our podcast, we have some incredibly, come to find out, seasoned TV talent and very talented distillers and an expert marketing co-host today. Cindy, who joins us from Eraser Farm, and Barry and Lisa from Tarpon Springs Distillery. We are super lucky to have on to hear about how they came up with the distillery and all of the very unique, I have since learned, spirits. And even some really kind of oddball questions I think that maybe we might just throw at them and see. I know that Barry's got like a very hidden sense of humor now. And Lisa just recently told us how to throw back some liquor.
Absolutely.
Correctly. So hang on because this is going to get good. Okay, so we always like to start with an icebreaker. It's a little bit off the wall, but I'm excited to hear and learn
Me too.
what the answer here is. So can you tell our viewers and myself, if alien pirates raided the earth for the best booze, and you've got one shot to impress them, which bottle of liquor are you giving them?
Well, that's an interesting question. Because aliens dig whiskey. And so the obvious answer would be our rye whiskey, which is our top award-winning whiskey. That we would give them, our Gramling Woods rye malt whiskey. However, you mentioned that they are pirates.
That's right.
Okay, so that's
We're in Tampa Bay, so they have to be pirate.
That's got to steer them over to our Afloat conch shell rum, which is our rum won a gold medal at the New York Wine and Spirits competition a couple of years ago. So it's a really interesting rum. So I guess since they're pirates, we would have to steer them to the rum.
Okay.
I actually just want to know why you know aliens
like whiskey. I know, right?
Right out of the gate. Like,
What do you guys do over all those light years traveling across space? They got to have something to do. They need to drink, right?
whiskey it is.
They're ready for it. Love it. So when we have guests on, obviously we want to understand how you got where you are. So I'm really curious because I learned recently when you got into the business was 3 months before COVID. But I want to understand from you guys, what moment in time before you opened, did you both look at each other and you were like, okay, we have to open a distillery? And was there ever a moment that you thought, I don't know if we should do this?
Well, we liked touring distilleries as part of our tourist experience when, way before we did this. So for years we would go to distilleries and visit them. And so we liked that. And we thought, this is a cool idea. If we ever get the opportunity to do this, let's do it. And then in 2018, I had a business venture that we sold and came up with some extra fun money. And so we thought, well, let's take this and let's roll this into a distillery, and we'll finally just go do it. So that was in March of 2018. It takes about 2 years to build out a distillery, so we didn't really open then until December of 19. The equipment lead times and all that takes a while.
The still alone takes more than a year to build.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so all that stuff is kind of bespoke equipment, and you have to get in line and get it made. And then we had to fix up the building. The building we acquired was in rough shape, an old sponge warehouse built in 1938.
Oh, cool.
And so we had to build that out.
Very authentic.
Yeah, and we've also got another building that's cool. Our barrel house where we age our whiskey is an old church. It was the first African-American church in West Florida. It was built in 1895, and that's where we age our whiskey. So we're all about the history in Tarpon Springs.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. And so along the way, I'm sure, everything wasn't perfect, right? Did you ever look at each other and think, what do we do? What do we just do?
Once we punched, it was, it was a done deal.
Love that.
Yeah.
So that's how it was meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously COVID was when we thought, wow, why did we do this?
Right.
Because, we had a really good staff, and we elected to keep them on during COVID, even though there was no income coming in. So that was kind of coming straight out of our pocket to keep those guys around. So that was kind of rough. And it really took until 2022, I guess, to get kind of things moving back.
Definitely.
You were kind of in a normal business.
Mm-hmm.
It took people a while before they were comfortable moving about.
Sure. But they needed booze at that point, so
They did.
They more specifically, they needed moonshine.
Yeah.
They came in looking for the highest proof alcohol that we had.
Wow.
And that was definitely our moonshine, and
That's
that sold like
interesting.
hotcakes.
Right.
Yeah, people were drinking to try to keep the COVID away.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't recommend that, but
Yeah.
well, I don't know. I guess we did.
You're like, it's medicinal. Just try this one.
Well, the other thing is, we didn't really have to close during COVID either because alcohol was considered an essential business.
I love that.
Which,
for us, yes.
So we never had to close at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we're able to continue really even relatively early in COVID. They let us do tours and tastings again.
Yeah.
The state said, well, you can do it, but just don't tell anybody. Like, well, how does that work?
I feel like there was a lot happening during COVID. We just sort of were like, no one tell anyone.
Nobody tell anybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the one time we had regrets, I guess. But
Yeah.
other than that, we've really enjoyed it. It's really and made us part of the community in Tarpon Springs. Everywhere we go into
Definitely.
restaurants, people know us and things. That's something we didn't have before. We lived there
Sure.
for, a long time, but never really knew all the people in town.
I love that.
Now we're kind of part of the community, so that's cool.
Yeah, local celebrities. I think I would go that far.
Yeah.
So, as part of the journey, do you feel like, because you mentioned people were coming in looking for moonshine, right? Like the highest possible proof. Did that, I'm going off script here, sorry.
Yeah.
Did that craft any like production of any types of spirits that maybe you hadn't anticipated producing? Like, did that influence what you were creating and distilling at all?
Well, yeah, and actually during COVID, not during COVID, in 2021, as sort of as a result of the distilleries stepping in, because we made hand sanitizer. We were kind of one of the first ones to make hand sanitizer.
Really?
But most
Yeah.
of the distilleries in
Wait, I
town
think I
made hand
remember
sanitizer.
this.
It's just alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just alcohol, basically.
I do remember like some distillery in Tarpon Springs that was created, and then
Yeah,
you
we
guys
got on
started.
TV for that. See, that's part of how you get on TV.
Yeah, so smart though.
But anyway, because we helped out the state by providing hand sanitizer to state agencies, all the distilleries, then in the legislative session in 2021, they changed the law to allow us to sell cocktails as well as just our bottles. So then we could become a bar. And so during that period of time, we took the opportunity to distill, literally over a dozen spirits so that we could have a full bar. So the rules are we can make cocktails, but they have to be made only with our spirits.
I see.
So we went into production. We make all kinds of stuff. So we have we've actually been one of the 3 finalists for best of the best cocktail bar in Tampa Bay for the last 3 years,
Awesome.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And we're not really even a bar.
Right.
But
So that really influenced how you were thinking about what you were going to create and the types of people who were coming through and what you're going to
100%.
sell. And yeah, I feel like COVID really created like a vacuum of what they say, like innovation is the mother of innovation is a problem or something. I screwed that one up, but you get the point, right? Is, when something like that happens, we all kind of look around and think, okay, how can we do things differently? And so for you, you never needed or wanted to be a cocktail bar, and all of a sudden you're doing it really well and providing drinks that people love in a totally different format.
we launched a music venue, put a stage out back, added a bunch of seating. So now we have
Cool.
concerts on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and
Yeah.
fill the place up with people going to music. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
And I always did want to own a music
Oh,
venue.
yeah.
I was a
Yeah, he
I was-
wanted to do that for
I'm a
a long
musician,
time.
and I've always wanted to own a music venue. And so we kind of patterned our area after Skipper's Smokehouse over in Tampa.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like the Skipper's Smokehouse of North Pinellas. And, we got a really good blues act tomorrow night that people come from miles around to see.
So cool. So you really got to fulfill 2 of your life
Two
streams
of our life dreams, right?
in one swoop.
Right.
That's so cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of innovation, what of all the things that you guys have actually tried, experimented with, flavor profiles, what's the weirdest one that you've ever done, and did it actually work?
Okay, well, this is easy. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like to. All right, so, and actually, I just gave a talk at the state distillery meeting a couple of weeks ago on this, but I like distilling with animals. Okay, so
Dead ones.
dead ones, not live ones. So actually, there's kind of a long history of using
Listening.
animals in the still, like mezcal from Oaxaca. If you get a really good mezcal from Oaxaca, odds
Yeah.
are they hung a turkey in the still or a rabbit in the still, and the animal fat, it gets into the alcohol and gives it a longer, lingering mouthfeel. So we decided, okay, what can we do that's sort of uniquely Tarpon Springs involving that process? And we came up with smoked mullet gin. And so we actually put a smoked mullet in the gin basket.
A fish in the gin basket.
In the gin basket.
Yeah.
Okay,
Along
is
with
it smoked fish? Is
smoked
this like
fish,
a raw?
like Ted Peters'
Oh, yeah.
smoked
and,
fish.
And
Right.
he didn't think it was smoked enough, so he
smoked
took
it
it
some
out
more.
back and smoked it some more in the fire pit.
Right. And so we put that in there with lemon, with juniper and coriander and lemon zest and seaweed and black peppercorns, and then ran it through, and it tasted really good. It actually had a mezcal feel to it, but with kind of a fishy finish. And it sold really well.
Holy
We-
smokes!
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Pun intended.
Very
Great.
good.
Is that
Very
what you called
good.
it? Holy smokes!
Yeah.
So we've done others after that. We did we do every holiday season. We do a smoked Thanksgiving gin that has all the herbs and spices of Thanksgiving dressing plus a smoked turkey leg.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And we just did a pulled pork gin, that a barbecue gin for the summer. So that's kind of weird stuff. Then we do that on our little still. So we got two stills. We got a great big still, a 500-gallon still, Amazing Grace, and then we've got a little 25-gallon still, RD2D, who looks kind of like the robot, but we can't say that because Disney would sue us. So we renamed him RD2D. And so he's a little still. It makes about 15 bottles.
Yeah.
Is all. And so we have this lab gin series where we create weird and strange gins and run them through RD. And we
That's
make
really
about
cool.
15 or 20 bottles, and when they're gone, they're gone. We do something different.
I'm sorry, my brain is still stuck at like we smoked a mullet and put it in the gin,
Right.
and then added some juniper and lemon. I'm like, I have to taste this at some point because this
Oh, yeah.
sounds fantastic.
People had to be cautioned not to smell it before they.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
Hold
smell
your
it.
breath and
It's-
drink
it's-
this.
Drink
It's
it,
like-
and then
Don't just go.
Yeah. Speaking of tasting,
Yeah.
I see.
Shall we?
I see you brought
Yes.
some things. I mean, they look beautiful.
What
I'm
do you
just
have?
curious how
Oh,
they
yeah.
smell and taste. What do
okay. Well, we brought two things. So
Okay.
we make a lot of things, but we brought two of our top award-winning spirits. So the first one we're going to do is let's see, our rye malt whiskey. So this
Okay.
is Gramling Woods rye malt whiskey. Gramling Woods is the brand name we use for this. It's a mashup of my dad's middle name, which was Gramling, and my grandmother's maiden name, which was Woods, and we put that together. And
sweet.
we always wanted to name whiskey after my dad because he liked whiskey, but his first name's Jack, so we went with his middle name
Yeah,
to
smart.
avoid litigation.
Feels like it might be
Any other
taken.
trademark issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, other trademark. We have a lot of trademark issues with people. All right, so what we're going to do with this one is, so this is a 102 proof rye malted rye whiskey.
You weren't playing.
Good morning.
Right. All of our
I should have brought my coffee
boy.
in, you know? Just
so all of our spirits are made with malted grains, and that's we don't have time in 21 minutes to get into why we do that, but
Right.
we use a Scotch style process for everything we do because, believe it or not, the aging environment in Scotland is almost identical to the aging environment in Florida.
Lucky
And the
us.
things we care about, which are temperature variation and humidity, are almost identical.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we made liquor like they do in Kentucky and we put it in our barrels, it would be terrible. So we make liquor like they make in Scotland and we put it in our barrels and it's good.
Smart.
Okay, so this is malted rye, pecan smoked, malted barley. Silence
It's
the
very
phone,
important,
but you
man.
can't
Popular
silence the watch. I didn't think about the
Whiskey
watch.
brewing never stops. Distilling, yes.
All right,
Right.
so anyway, and then malted corn. So what we're doing here is we're pouring a little splash
Taster.
of it.
Wait,
You
look at that, like
you
a
saved
cat.
it.
Like a
Saved it like
cat.
a cat.
Reflexes.
Okay.
Love it.
So what we want to do with this is just gently sip on this and nose it and sip it and then
Smells amazing. Whew.
Hello. Hello.
yeah.
Good morning.
But it doesn't really burn so
No.
much because of the
It's like a little
processes we
spicy.
use. Yeah, it's spicy.
Yeah.
That's what the rye does for you. Rye's-
Spicy on the front.
Yeah.
And sweet on the back of your tongue.
We make
It's like
bourbon.
you know what
and-
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so we make bourbon and wheat whiskey and single malt whiskey and rye whiskey. Our rye whiskey is our favorite. And that particular whiskey won the double gold medal at the San Francisco World Spirit Competition a couple of years ago. And that's the top award you can win for whiskey. So that's good.
Fantastic.
Amazing. As you're pouring the next one, which I'm assuming you're going to tell us about, I'm curious because you introduced your whiskey with the name. Obviously, people want to know why you named it what you named it, right?
Right.
And as a marketer, two of us in the room, I'm always curious too about, the story, like, because true whiskey drinkers, in my experience, they want the story versus sometimes, certainly not the two of you, they brand it in a way where the story is the attraction, not the juice. But what you're telling me is you've got stars and story.
Right. And that's true because, the story, frankly, if you rank story versus liquor and what sells most, you have to say the story does because you have all these celebrity spirits that are rot gut swill and they put their name on it.
Rot gut swill.
And they put their name on it.
It's a
and,
technical term.
and
I've never heard that, but can I
People-
borrow it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
people buy it because X celebrity is the endorser of it. And,
Sure.
most of these celebrity endorsed whiskeys, they have no idea what they're doing. It's just some company makes
Hot take.
the whiskey
Love
and there they go. But that sells. People like that,
Yeah.
And so you can't deny that the story drives sales
Sure.
more than what you want, though, in our case, since we're a craft distillery, we want the story to get people in and try it, but then we want the liquor to be good enough that they want to come back.
Yep.
Because we need people coming back. We
Yeah, it
can't
doesn't
live
help
on
anyone if
one-time
you're-
visitors.
One hit wonder. Exactly
Right.
right. Yeah. Makes sense.
I should have left this watch in the car.
It's
anyway.
all good.
All right, so this is our Ouzo. So we're going to pour the Ouzo, and we're the only manufacturer of Ouzo in the United States. Obviously, we're
You're
in
the
Tarpon
only
Springs.
manufacturer in the United States of Ouzo.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, we
What
live
a
in Tarpon
treat.
Springs. If
Right.
you're in Tarpon Springs, which is a Greek town, so
Yeah.
for those watching this, Tarpon Springs is the largest Greek community outside of Greece. And so if you're going to be in Tarpon Springs in an old sponge warehouse, you need to make Ouzo.
I love it.
That you do.
Now, we make award-winning Ouzo, so our Ouzo won 3 gold medals and the top specialty spirit at the ADI World Spirit Competition in 2020. And so we retire spirits from competition when they win the top prize. So we're like Terry Lipinski. You win the gold, you quit.
I love that Tara Lipinski is your anchor to this.
That's right.
That's
Anchor is correct.
amazing. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so what Ouzo is a predominant. It's a black licorice flavored spirit. Okay, so
Yeah.
this one is made with anise seed, fennel seeds, cinnamon sticks, cloves, coriander, and orange peel.
Okay.
Okay, and so it's going to do something interesting when we pour it over ice. It's going to do something called lushing. It's going to turn white, and the oils are going to release lushing.
Lushing.
Okay.
Say that with me.
So
Lushing. Yeah.
here we go.
Different
We're going to
than-
pour it over the ice, and note it's still clear, but as Cindy
gets
is
cold.
holding it, it's going
Yeah.
to turn cloudy.
Cloudy.
I
And
can
as it
smell it
does-
already, and it smells delicious.
Yeah, as it does, it's going to release its oils, and it's going to be more dynamic than it is just straight.
I'm learning so much
I
today.
know.
Yeah. You kind of swirl it around, it kind of hastens
Okay.
the lushing
I think we need to
process.
have them on once a week.
I feel like, yes, maybe next time
Just
happy
different
hour,
flavors.
like a more appropriate happy hour time.
Okay, so now it's clouding up. Let's give it a taste.
Okay. Oh gosh, that smells so good.
It does smell good.
And this doesn't even taste like you're drinking alcohol,
This is amazing.
but that's 90 proof alcohol.
Wow.
Okay, so that's kind of dangerous. It doesn't burn or anything. You don't
Right.
even know it's alcohol.
It's like
just
a better candy cane.
Yeah, it is.
Delish.
Okay. Wow. And okay, so Ouzo, do you distill this any differently?
Yeah, so what we do with this is a process called maceration. So we make high proof alcohol in the still, and then we soak the botanicals in the high proof alcohol for about a week. and then it pulls all the essential oils out of the botanicals, and then we rerun it through the still with another batch of mash that we've made, neutral mash, and we run that through the still, and then the oils then are bound molecularly with the alcohol molecules. And then that's what, so it's clear in the bottle, but this is full of oil. And so the oils are the flavor. When you're making botanical spirits, you have to have oily things. So like if I put orange juice in the fermenter, and I fermented orange juice and ran it through the still, it would have zero orange flavor. It would just be alcohol. But if I take the zest of orange and I put that in my gin basket and we run the vapors through it, it tastes like a fresh orange, and that's how we make orange liqueur.
This is why the mullet works.
Right, because it's oily.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Everything's clicking.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
oils.
You got
So
it.
Yeah.
when I look at something that has oil in it, then I'm like, okay, we can put that into an alcohol. We've got a spirit called Guaco Loco that we make with avocados and cumin and jalapenos and lime zest. It tastes like
It is
tortilla
delicious.
chips.
I mean, I
with
know your
guacamole.
official title is like distiller, but it feels more like chef.
It is more like chef.
Very
I
Actually,
feel like a little bit of chef in there.
so we'll advertise a little bit. We have a cooking show on our YouTube channel called Barry's Liquor
They do.
Kitchen, where we cook with the alcohols that we make. So
That's
there's
awesome.
some interesting recipes on there.
I love it. As per usual, we're down to 30 seconds,
Right.
and I
It
feel
is so
like we've been in here
Wow.
for 30 seconds already.
I know.
Yeah. So I have one last closing question. Which bottle from your lineup would make the best perfume?
Easy. The Ouzo.
What we just drank.
What we just drank.
Yeah.
Why?
It smells wonderful.
It does.
Yeah. I put that behind my ears.
Right? It's like a scratch and sniff, you know? Yeah. I love it.
Delicious.
What a fun chat. I feel like I have more questions now than ever
know.
before.
I
Like
know.
we always come in, curious, but thank you so much for sharing
Thank
all
you,
these
guys.
really interesting,
Well, thanks.
unique
I appreciate it.
experiences.
Yeah.
I'm going to go tune into your cooking show immediately. Now that I know that there's mullet and all kind of delicious herbs and coriander and all the, I can't even begin to name all the things. So
We've got some good things on that cooking show.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And maybe we get to keep these, I don't know,
Sure.
for later.
Yeah, just because
Absolutely.
the camera turns off
100%.
doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
100%.
You'll get to see bloopers of what happens later. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks.
Thank you.